The previous day, we arrived in Hoi An from Danang, but it was so rainy.
Oh, it looks festive, and tonight it will change because it's livelier at night. Hopefully the rain will stop.
Despite the rain, we enjoyed walking around and checking out the different shops and cafes. Hoi An Old Town was designated as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site in 1999. The old town comes alive at night, with its well-preserved structures and colorful lanterns. Starting in the early evening, the boats light up with paper lanterns. If the weather is good, you can also ride the boats and set out paper lanterns on the river. Releasing lanterns on Hoi River is also a meaningful ritual, as it is to express gratitude to ancestors and to wish for a prosperous year. During full moon days, electric lights are turned off for traditional colorful lanterns. Good morning! So it's our second day here in Hoi An, but unfortunately, it seems that I have a curse because it's still raining and it seems that the rain is harder today. So hopefully, it will still subside because it's my first time here in Hoi An. And we're going to have breakfast first and then let's see what we can do today. It's already almost 11 a.m. but we haven't done anything yet because it's still so rainy. And in fact, the river is overflowing so we cannot cross the bridge. Okay, since it's raining, we cannot cross the river using the smaller bridges because the water is overflowing. So this is what it looks like when it's raining hard in Hoi An. So this is the river. It was overflowing earlier. So look at them. We have to cross this big bridge because of the water. This is what a rainy day in Hoi An looks like. Some tourists, of course, including us, still decided to go out, especially when you have limited time. So it's wet. My sister bought raincoat. Okay, just to give you one idea, this is what it looks like to the old town. So you can't really go there because it's flooding. Okay, I'll just zoom in. So it's flooded. Okay, so this is on the way to the Japanese bridge. Okay, so we're now at one of the main streets. Because the street is flooded, we walk on the other side just to reach the Japanese bridge. So this is the Japanese bridge. This is the Japanese bridge, which is actually in the 20,000 dome hill. Okay. So after the Japanese bridge, we're now here in a temple. There are several temples and cultural attractions within the old town. If you just want to take a chill walk around the old town and take some photos, then you don't need an entrance fee. But there are several cultural monuments that require entry tickets. There are several ticket booths around the town, and the ticket prices for Vietnamese and foreigners differ. So we have a rooftop bar. While walking around, we found this rooftop bar which offers a good view of the Hoi An Old Town. Hoi An was a trading port, so the traders from other countries left their indelible marks on the town through a diverse array of architectural patterns. The cafe was in an old building, so since it was raining, it was also pouring inside. At the balcony and the roof deck of this cafe, you will be able to see ceramic tile roofs of old houses in Hoi An, and you can take photos here, so this will serve as a nice background for your Instagram photos. So this is your food for today. This is fish, pork, and then we have a view also of the street. We were done with our lunch and we're now here at the rooftop of Tommy Coffee where we ate. So if you ever go to Hoi An, you can visit this cafe so you will be able to access this rooftop. Here you will see the roof of the old houses. Yan. So 360 degrees view of Hoi An. So maganda naman siya. So worth a visit if you're here. You're just going to shop. Still dotted with little shops. So aside from the shops, there are also several temples here, but of course they have some of them have tickets or entrance fees. So we're not going to enter. So there's another temple that you can access if you buy the ticket. So we've come to the market, but bubukas sila mamaya pa. Okay, so it's still rainy, but that didn't stop us from shopping. So I bought some pasalubong, clothes for my family and jacket for myself. So this is the Hoi An market. There are still several shops here. It's not a wet market. Huh? No, not Thailand.
Where you from?
So it's a good thing that we're inside the Hoi An market because it's covered since the rain is so hard outside. So we're just going to look around and see if we can buy something.
Beautiful girl. For a quick photo.
Tailoring in Hoi An is also a popular experience. The service has become a typical feature of the ancient town that can hardly be found anywhere else. It only takes 3 to 4 hours from the time a customer comes and gives their measurements to the time the outfit is completed. Of course, if the style is complicated, then it may take more time. You can also choose the fabric and the style.
Cotton and silk and linen. What you want?
Okay, so we're now going to the Bandi place featured in Anthony Bourdain's show. It's just beside Highlands Coffee. So this is the place featured by Anthony Bourdain in the show. As you can see, it's packed because of that. There's no available space. This is the ticket counter for the temples. If you buy one ticket, it gives you access to 5 temples. The Japanese covered bridge is an iconic symbol of Hoi An ancient town. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was built in the 17th century and features in the 20,000 Vietnamese dong banknote. Although it's called a Japanese bridge, the architecture is a combination of Vietnamese, Japanese, and Chinese culture. This is where we passed by earlier and now it's also flooded. Okay guys, so after shopping and having coffee, we went back to our hotel first to drop off all our items. And we're going out now to check the lanterns again. This is our last night here in Hoi An, and then we're going to have a massage later. Okay, so we're now outside. We took the same route earlier because some of the streets are still flooded, but thank God it's no longer raining. So we're here at the Viet Town. So there are different shops here and a restaurant. There's a restaurant. So if you want to eat, there's a big restaurant here plus bars. Bamboo Pagoda was renovated, and since then, it has become one of the most popular tourist attractions in Hoi An. Oh, kasi brown. Grabe. Teka, gabi. Okay, so we bought more pasalubongs tonight, and then we're going to have our dinner on our last night here in Hoi An. So we're having our dinner here at one of the restaurants, Amsuk Otta Cuisine. Let me show you.
You know, I had so many different things you buy one just
Tàu Lào, hồng cá này bánh xèo, thái chậu nước. Bây giờ nó đủ.
Despite the rain which was on and off, the old town was still lively at night. The shops were full and the restaurants were packed. Unfortunately, because the river was overflowing, there were few boats with lanterns. Okay, so we're done with dinner, and our last activity for our last night here in Hoi An is to have a foot massage and body massage. So we just chose a spa near our hotel, so it will be easier to go home since it's still not raining hard, but just some shower. Good morning! So it's our last day here in Hoi An, and we're going to Danang later to catch our flight to Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon. And for the breakfast, we don't like the ready breakfast prepared. It's buffet, but there's no egg and there's no rice. So we just ordered egg and toast. Yesterday, this street is flooded, so right now they're cleaning it up. So they're removing the mud. So they're cleaning up the street. Okay, so we've checked out of the Golden River Hotel here in Hoi An. So we're just going to walk around Hoi An for the last time before we head back to Danang for our flight to Ho Chi Minh City. Since it's time for us to leave, the sun decided to come out. Well, not yet fully, but at least it's not raining anymore. So good for the tourists that will arrive today, and bad for us because we missed the sunshine. But that's okay, you can always come back. So earlier, yesterday this street was flooded, and earlier we saw people cleaning up. Now it's back to normal, as if nothing happened. What it looks like when it's not raining. It's going to be very busy tonight. This is the street going to the Japanese bridge, and yesterday this area is flooded, so we're just checking the shops here today, and we bought some silk scarf. Since it was our last day in Hoi An before our flight to Ho Chi Minh City, we just walked around the old town again and enjoyed the sun. The old town was so quaint and picturesque that I can see myself going back to Hoi An in the future, and hopefully the weather will be better. It's now sunny since we're going home, so yeah, we enjoyed our stay in Hoi An despite the weather. I'm sure it would be so much better if it wasn't rainy. So hopefully I would be able to come back to enjoy Hoi An more, and we do other activities like riding the boat and setting off the lantern, paper lanterns sa river. So yeah, so till next time, Hoi An, we're now going to Ho Chi Minh City. On our way to the airport, we booked an airport transfer from the hotel because it's cheaper. It's just 300,000 dong to go to Danang airport, whereas if you book a Grab, it would be less than 400,000 dong. Okay, so we're now going to Ho Chi Minh City. We're aboard Vietnam Airlines. We originally planned to explore Ho Chi Minh City in the afternoon since my flight was late in the evening. Unfortunately, our flight from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh City was delayed, so we didn't have much time. In the end, I only accompanied my sister to check in at her new hotel since she will be staying longer. Then I went back to the airport to take my flight home. Thank you for watching my Vietnam vlogs. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you for watching.